slides. Okay. Okay, so in the second slot, of second day of our first season of presentations by students, uh, today we are going to have presentations on literature of the neoclassical era, and these students are going to make presentations today. Okay? Okay, just let me make a change. Yeah, okay, now it will be visible. Yeah, okay, so we are going to have this is the second day of our presentations, and literature of the neoclassical era on 7th February. This is the noon slot of the second day, and these students are going to make presentations here. Aditi, sorry,
Sorry, sir.
these students.
It's
Yeah,
a moment.
okay, yeah, these students. Yeah, Khushbu, Kishan, Lata, Nandita, Nidhi, Niyati, Riddhi, Sneha, and Stuti. These students are going to make presentations in this slot here. But before we start our presentation schedule, I would like to draw your attention to some of the errors that were made yesterday. A reminder also to everybody that you have to submit your PPT in Google Classroom well in advance before your slot begins. So when I have to mark, I can also observe and mark from that. Still, yesterday we had many problems. Today, also still in the first slot, Bhargavi has yet not submitted. So constant reminders we are giving that you submit so we can do the marking on the spot. Okay? So be careful about this. You have to upload your upload, or you have to link your PPT, and then you have to turn in also. Turn in, hand in, submit, whatever feature you are seeing in your Google app, Google Classroom app, that you have to tab. Then only it is submitted. And you have to see that it is accessible also. If you are giving it from Drive, then also check that it is shareable link where anybody can click and open. That feature also should be on. That is about Google Classroom. I hope slowly and steadily you will master everything. A few errors are being made by a few students, but once we draw attention to that, then I hope the others will also not make a mistake about it. Second important thing is about the evaluation. Is peer and self evaluation that you are supposed to do. Now in peer and self evaluation, yesterday we got 19 responses, one more response than the number of participants that are here. It means that one student has given twice, and that was Bhumika submitted twice this. Now because of that, our entire data get distorted when we see the charts. These charts, when we see here, so it get distorted when somebody is giving extra marks to anybody. Then that person gets more marks than the other students. So when we will share this today, when you will submit your evaluation, you will get a link. You will get a link to see how what is your score of 2 days. That way, this way your charts will be visible to all of you also. But if you are not giving it properly, if you are giving additional marks unnecessarily, then the chart is very much distorted also. This, and then this students, this, like here you see Stuti and Lata, and this, you see that they have given marks to everybody. In the morning slot, they are not supposed to give the marks, but even in the morning slot, they have given the mark, and in and then afternoon also. So you have to give marks to your own participant, the students who are with you in the group. You're not supposed to give marks to everybody. Yeah? This was very simple thing which was instructed also, and yet it is surprising to see that such simple errors are being made. And if Lata is absent here again, then again she may commit. Lata, I think you are there now. Are you there listening?
Yes, sir.
Yes, and Stuti also. Stuti, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, okay. So be careful where you have to mark. And Bhumika, I was in the morning. We told her that only once you can edit. You can edit, but you are not supposed to submit the marks again, because it will distort the entire result, which the result will be shared at the end of the semester that how you have performed in the presentations. But if you make mistakes, then our data is unreliable. It is full of mistake. And if you sit down to work on all those things, it is terribly time consuming. You can't afford to now waste time on all those kinds of things. Parallel, lot many other works are going. So we have to, that's why we use technology, that it helps and reduces our time. But if human errors keep on committing, then human errors keep on increasing or doubling our manual work that we try to reduce with the help of technology. Okay, then I would like to draw some attention. Most of you did well in yesterday's presentation, but some of you were reading slides a lot. So the instruction is you're not supposed to read slides. On slides, you have to keep some bulleted points and some quotes or other thing. If you read quotes, it is okay, but don't read line by line everything. So, and keep some handy notes, with you. So if you are asking somebody to share the screen, unless the screen is not visible, you are waiting. But you have to keep on talking. You have to keep on speaking that what is going to come on the slide. You should have some handy notes from which you can refer and you can use that. So use this for your help, but you should speak orally and try to like have eye contact with camera. If you will look in the camera, then it will like you are talking with people. Eye contact here is with camera. So try to develop that habit of talking with a camera. So it seems like to other people that you are talking with them. The eye contact here is camera eye contact. Okay? Cite your source. Last 2 points you might have seen where you might have cut your marks. Last 2 points in the rubric. I hope you have gone through the entire rubric or in Google Classroom also. If you have not, then I again recommend you strongly to go through the rubric in the classroom and try to see where you got what score. And if you want to get maximum score like 100 out of 100, what you should do, that also is described there. That also is mentioned and described. So try to study the rubric and try to score maximum out of that. In last 2 slots, it was about citations. So if you are referring to any of the sources, then you have to cite inside your slides also while you are discussing. So you can say so and so person in so and so article or the book is saying this, that you mentioned there, and then at the end in the last slide, that reference of article or whatever you are doing is fully mentioned in the last slide. And in citation, you also have to put your primary source, that is the text on which you are working. If you are working on a tale of a tub or a rape of the lock, or any of this, then that also is the citation that you have to put in your citation. That is your primary source on which you are working, and that goes with last name of the writer, last name. So Swift, this how alphabetically it will be organized. Pope, Swift, then comma, and then the first name. So alphabetical arrangement is always with the last name of the writer. That way you have to arrange, and if it is all perfectly done, you get full score in the rubric. Otherwise, you may reduce the score also. So that way you try to study, and if you have any doubt in the score that is given to you, then you can take a screenshot and share that you have received this score and you think you should get a better score in that. Then you can share the screenshot in WhatsApp. So I will study that and I will inform you. And if need be, I will correct the score also. If need be, then that the score can also be corrected also. Okay. Okay. So yeah. Everybody has typed their topics or not? Okay, now yeah, everybody has done typing of the topic. Also in the morning, Anjali has yet not done. Okay, so a couple of reminders were given to Anjali, but still she has not typed her topic in the spread document. So don't make any mistake of doing that every day regularly. In the remaining 3 days, also don't forget to type your topic here. Once your topic is typed and done, if your PPT is all ready, you are uploading your PPT on SlideShare, get a link and put the link here. In the same spreadsheet, you have to link now. So the PPT is to be uploaded on SlideShare. From there, it will go on your blog, and your blog link will be given here. So if I click on the title of your topic, then what I see is that your blog is opening, and on that blog you have put the slides, PowerPoint, which you have uploaded on SlideShare, and from there you have brought in here. If you have any doubt in this, you can ask to senior students also that what is this and how to do. They also can explain these things about linking your blog to this. Okay. Tomorrow we will start a little bit early. We will inform the morning slot to join 10:30 because we will have a class around 3 o'clock. For semester 4 students, I will have a class. So we'll have to end our things by 3 o'clock there. Today we have ample time. We can move up till 4 o'clock today. But tomorrow we'll have to join early. So be ready around 12:30 or 12. You can keep on looking at what slot is going on and how much time it will take in the morning. But we will request them to join at 10:30 in the morning so we can complete it a little bit earlier. Okay, so who is the first presenter now here is?
Sorry, sir, interrupt, but you have not started recording.
Yeah,
Please
okay.
start recording.
Yeah, thanks for reminding. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm starting the recording also. Yes, and today we'll have the sequence according to roll number. Tomorrow it will be in reverse order. Okay? Tomorrow's sequence will be from Stuti. Stuti, Sneha, Riddhi. In that order, tomorrow's sequence will be there. Today it will be from Khushbu. Okay, yes, Khushbu, are you ready?
Yes, sir, I'm ready.
Yeah, okay, you can start your presentation. Yes, Khushbu, something else is playing on your laptop or mobile? Some sound is constantly coming in the background.
No, sir. Is my slide visible, sir?
Yes, your slides are visible.
So good afternoon, respected Dr. David sir and my dear friends. Topic is rape of the lock and the myth of Narcissus. Here the scissor and the lock represents the rape of the lock, and this Narcissus image represents the myth of Narcissus. Here we see that how Belinda spends most of her time in grooming herself with the help of her maid, and here we can see the modern Belinda, and we can see the two locks on her face, two locks of hair on her face. So my argument is major points are Belinda, a most beautiful, wealthy young woman, and when we compare it with the myth of Narcissus, Narcissus is a beautiful youth in Greek mythology. So I'm comparing the two different stories and giving my viewpoint. Belinda enjoys flirting, but until the Baron becomes one of her viewers, that is her boyfriend, or he admires Belinda a lot because she is the most beautiful girl. She never really entertains the idea of giving into love and marriage. Narcissus rejected the love of nymph Echo, and Belinda, and when you see in the rape of the lock, Belinda becomes the victim of Baron's attempt to cut one of the two pretty locks. Narcissus becomes victim of his own reflection in a pool of water. He fell deeply in love with it as if it was somebody else and eventually died. Here, lock of, at the end of the story, we find that the lock of the hair ascended into heavens and becomes a star. Lock will burn brightly into the sky as an eternal testament to Belinda's spectacular beauty. And if we see that how the lock of hair goes up in the sky and becomes a star. Then here we see that the Narcissus Narcissus melted away from the fire of passion burning inside him, eventually turning into a gold and white flower, and is known as Narcissus flower, bearing his name. Then we see that extraordinary beauty, that is of Belinda and Narcissus both, and so they become arrogant and they don't have empathy for anybody else. That is, Belinda does not care for anybody and she doesn't accept anybody's love. Narcissus also does not accept the love of Echo. Then both of them are punished. In Rape of the Lock, Belinda is punished by Baron. He cuts off one of her locks. And in Narcissus, he is punished by one of the goddesses. Then when that goddess finds that he has made Echo a lot of suffer, and then after punishment, they both are finally rewarded, and that becomes their eternal testament, that is tribute to their beauty. And here, Rape of the Lock and then Narcissus flower. Rape of the Lock is by Alexander Pope. It is a mock heroic narrative poem, and it is we find that Belinda looks exceptionally beautiful. Belinda then sails from London to Hampton Court. Then in the poem, she is referred by various metaphors like bright as the sun, her eyes the gazers strike, and like the sun, she shines on all alike. Belinda's Latin name means lovely to behold. Belinda is also known as the brightest, the fairest of mortals. Belinda's childishness, vanity, superficiality come out even more strongly when Baron reveals her lovely the lock of hair. She feels no longer beautiful. It is then that Belinda undergoes a stark transformation. However much Belinda rages, Baron at first will not return the lock of hair, and then when we see that when it searches the lock of hair, then it is found that the lock of hair is lost and he is not able to return it. Belinda is told that the lock of hair went to the stars. It was made into a constellation where everyone for eternity can admire its beauty. The lock of hair rises as a star visible only to quick poetic eyes. The poet himself steps into the poem at its conclusion, bidding Belinda no longer to mourn her ravished hair, which adds new glory to the shining sphere. By selecting such a low subject as the clipping of her curls to elevate through epic poetry, Pope makes the point that humans often take themselves too seriously. Based on an actual event recounted to the poet by his friend John Carroll. So this Rape of the Lock poem is based on actual incident which took place between Arabella Fermor and her tutor Lord Peter, and they both were Catholic. Peter had cut off a lock of Arabella's hair without permission, and the consequent argument had created a breach between the two families. So the poem is a satire. The myth of Narcissus. One day Narcissus was walking into the woods and fell deeply in love and followed him. Narcissus sensed he was being followed and shouted, "Who is that?" She eventually revealed her identity and attempted to embrace him. He stepped away and told her to leave him alone. She was heartbroken and spent the rest of her life in lonely glens until nothing but an echo sound remained of her. Nemesis, the goddess of revenge, noticed his behavior after learning the story and decided to punish Narcissus. Once during the summer, he was thirsty after hunting and went to a pool of water. Seeing his own image in the water, he fell in love with it. But each time he bent down to kiss it, it seemed to disappear. Narcissus grew thirstier more and more, but would not leave or disturb the pool of water for the fear of losing sight of its fine features. In the end, he died of thirst, and there on that very spot appeared the Narcissus flower with its bright face and bowed neck. And here in the image, we can see that the Narcissus flower is bowed and bent, so all the arrogance is gone, and it is more humble than before and more beautiful, and the beauty is now eternally tributed to Narcissus. The name of the flower is also the Narcissus. So the conclusion, myth of Narcissus gave rise to the term Narcissism. In both the cases, Belinda and Narcissus are punished for their arrogant behavior and rewarded for their beauty. In the end, Belinda's lock of hair becomes a star. Narcissus, after his death, Narcissus is proud. In both the cases, their beauty takes the eternal form, a testament for their beauty. These are works cited and The interpretation we can give is that what could this myth mean? On one level, it is an admonition to treat others as would ourselves be treated, and in particular to be considerate in responding to the affections of others after being rejected by him. Poor Echo had no self and no being outside of Narcissus, and slowly withdrew away until there was nothing left of her but her voice. On the another level, the myth is a warning against vanity and self-love. Sometimes we get so caught up in ourselves, in our little egos, that we lose sight of the bigger picture, and as a result, pass over the beauty and bounty that is life. Paradoxically, by being too wrapped up in ourselves, we actually restrict our range of perception and action, and ultimately our potential as human beings. And so, in some sense, we kill ourselves like so many ambitious or self-centered people. Treating other people badly as Narcissus did is a sure sign that we are still trapped in ourselves. Ego had not enough ego and Narcissus far too much. The key is to find the right and dynamic equilibrium to be secure oneself and yet to be able to dissociate, that is to separate the envelope that we happen to have been born into. So this theory gave rise to the term narcissism. Okay, these are the citations.
Your citation slide is not visible. Your citation slide, if you can play.
Yes, sir. Just a minute.
Yes, okay. So now see, in citations also you have to try to get quality sources rather than only study material for your presentations or assignment. So that also you have to try that what you are citing should be of academically qualitative. Otherwise, just citing Wikipedia and study material sites is not enough. So that also you should be aware that quality material from various articles, journal articles should be cited for academic quality. Okay? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Questions for her? Yes. Who is to ask questions here? Kishan. Or Latta? Yes, Latta is present. Latta or Kishan? You can stop presenting now. Yes. No, not audible. I think Khushbu, you'll have to put off your mic. If both of you are in the lab, then there will be echo sound. Yes, Kishan. Yes, Latta, by that time is setting your audio. Latta is present or not? And I think Latta also has left the meeting. Yeah. Okay, you put your question in the chat, and Khushbu, you reply in the chat with the question.